everybody, I'm Lisa Rowberry, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. We are in the middle of sniffing our way through the brand new fall and winter catalog for Scentsy, and I am excited for today's category because we are going to be talking about some fabulous bakery fragrances. If you know me, this is my jam. Like, I love all things bakery. I love to eat it, I love to smell it, I just love everything about it. So this is definitely my favorite category. Many amazing fragrances. So we are going to go ahead and get started. First one we're going to talk about is apple butter frosting. This one is an amazing fragrance for so many reasons. It checks all the boxes for me. This smells as if, and I say this every single time, so for those of you who have been with me for a while, I apologize because I sound like a broken record, but it smells like apple cider met like a vanilla buttercream. It's so good. It is so rich. The apple is a very sweet bakery apple fragrance. Got a slight bit of spice to it, but it's perfect. It is so good. And the performance on this is crazy. Like, really good. Great performer. Has great throw. Will last the full, like, I mean, it depends on how long you are keeping your warmers on, but I will get a solid like 4 or 5 days out of this. It's so good. Love this. So Scentsy says, a heartwarming medley of cinnamon spiced apples and a decadent vanilla buttercream. What did I tell you guys? So they definitely hit the nail on the head with this one. Apple butter frosting is amazing. And as equally amazing is apple cherry strudel. This is actually very similar to apple butter frosting, but has a little bit of a like sweet cherry strudel note to it. It's so nice. And this is another, here's the thing with this one. This fizzles out fast in my experience, but its first like day or 2 days, it is a strong performer, which is really great. It throws really great, but then like I said, it just kind of fizzles out quickly for me, so I don't get 4 or 5 days out of this bar. I will get generally like 2 days, but like I said, it depends on your environment. It depends on how many warmers you have going and all of that, and as well as if you have like an open concept, wood floors versus carpeting, all of that jazz. So this for me, not a super great performer, but it's strong when it first starts out. So love this so much. It's apple, it's a warm bakery crust and a sweet cherry. But I'm very picky when it comes to cherry fragrances because a lot of times it tends to smell like it has more of a medicinal smell. This is a sweet cherry apple strudel. So Scentsy says, Granny Smith, cherry and vanilla drizzle, insist on dessert first. It's so perfect. I just love this so much. Next is baked apple pie. This smells exactly like what you want it to smell like. It legit smells like a baked apple pie. It is warm. You get that like apple, that like ooey gooey apple filling, and that cinnamon note is so good. It's perfect. And this is actually another really strong one. For the bakery sense, most of these are fairly strong. So, and they have pretty good performance. So this one will not disappoint either. So baked apple pie. Scentsy says, flaky crust, apples and spices combined in a strong scent. You guys, it is strong. Even Scentsy says it in the description. One of my husband's favorite fragrances is blueberry cheesecake. This was actually, I would have to say, the very first fragrance that really like opened up his eyes or nose, if you will, to Scentsy. Because I remember I had this, did I have this in a bar or, because this was one that it gets me, I love it. So smelling this took me actually a few years to come around to, because I smell it and I'm like, geez Louise, this smells just like a blueberry cheesecake. And I'm sure you're like, of course, like what else would it smell like? But I'm like, do I want my house to smell like a blueberry cheesecake? I don't know. It smells legit like blueberry cheesecake. Like, you get that cheesecake fragrance, you get the blueberry, you get that graham cracker crust in there too. It smells so good. Like if you put this in front of someone's face, they're probably gonna bite your hand off. Like it smells so much like a blueberry cheesecake. It's crazy. But I remember, I don't know why did I have a bar of this? Because I smelled it, and for years I was just like, it smells really good, but I just don't know that I want my house to smell like cheesecake. But I do. It's amazing. So I don't know if I had a bar of this or how it wound up in my house, but I wound up popping it in the warmers, and my husband went crazy over it. He was just like, this, whatever this is, you need to keep this around. Like this needs to keep happening. And I was like, okay, like anything that he will comment on. He doesn't ever really complain about fragrance. Well, there's fragrances that he will let me know that he doesn't love, but he's not going to be like, you need to change it or anything like that. But what he will comment on is what he loves. And when he comments on stuff he loves, I'm like, oh, I'm noting this down. This is that. So blueberry cheesecake, it's pretty, it smells authentic, you guys. Scentsy says, thick, rich New York cheesecake with a light graham cracker crust and delicious blueberries. Yes, 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 yes. Next, we are going to talk about blueberry pancakes. So this one I like. Did I warm this one? I'm going to give this another try. I didn't love it though. It's blueberries, and you do get a little bit of I get a little bit of spice to this, but then it's the pancake. There's like a maple note in this that I just don't love for me personally. Scentsy says blueberry and butter accord over light maple make the mood. But I know people who absolutely love this fragrance. So if you like blueberry cheesecake and you don't mind like a hint of maple, give this one a try. You might really love it. So that's blueberry pancakes. Next is breakfast blend. And this is for my coffee lovers, but it smells like coffee, but I get kind of a powdery finish. And I know that sounds weird, but I just do. I don't know why. I just do. Scentsy says, get buzzed on the pure scent of rich, just brewed coffee. And it does smell like just brewed coffee with a hint of like baby powder. To me, that's just my nose. I know I'm weird when it comes to a lot of things, so I will readily admit that that is just one of the things that my sniffer is like. Next is a brand new fragrance, which is brownie batter. And like I had mentioned in my last video, I'm not going to be talking about scents we've already talked about before. So if you didn't see the new releases video, check that one out. We did sniff this one out together. It smells like brownie batter, but we went over it more in depth in the new releases video. Next is butter pecan, and this one I also went over in the new releases video. This is just, oh man, it's so good. It's exactly what you want it to be. It's fantastic. Let me tell you the descriptions of those two. Brownie batter, rich heavenly notes of baked brownie, cocoa powder, and vanilla bean will set the stage for some serious cravings. It smells like brownie batter. And then butter pecan is, if fall had a flagship fragrance, this blend of candied pecan and maple folded with butter would be a strong contender. And it's really strong too, you guys. It's good. Next is candied cranberry pecan. And I think we talked about this one too, right? Yeah, we did. This is fabulous. It's really good. That one was also talked about in the new releases. Next is Caramel Vanilla Delight. This is definitely one of my favorites. This is a crazy strong scent. I love this one. This is one that it's a powerhouse. It will last a long time and it throws like a champ. But it is rich. If you don't like caramel fragrances, you're probably not gonna like this. It smells like vanilla ice cream with like hot caramel dripping all over it. It's so good. So sweet, so rich. It's so good though. And that's exactly, so that's, I don't know if that's why like Scentsy's description just puts like vanilla ice cream in my brain, but that's just what happens. Scentsy says vanilla ice cream, liquid caramel, and a splash of white rum. So exactly what I just mentioned. It's so good, you guys. It is amazing. Caramel Vanilla Delight. Next is Churro Churro, and I'm actually surprised this one stuck around past the summer season. This one, it totally smells like a churro. You get that little bit of like cinnamon sugar with that little bit of a bakery, obviously churro note. It's good, but it's really, really light in my experience. Scentsy says baked pastry sprinkled with cinnamon sugar captures that heavenly churro charm. It smells so good. I just wish it was a little bit stronger. Churro churro. Next is gingerbread donut. And this one I just don't love. I don't know if it's the gingerbread. I don't know. Something doesn't compute for me. Like I said, it's got to be the gingerbread. The gingerbread, I don't know. It just, I can't even really put it into words. Scentsy says, heavenly golden gingerbread, spiced donut, and vanilla bean. There's just kind of an off note for me in this. And like I said, I can't really put my finger on it. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. If you have warmed this before, or if you've sniffed this out, let me know what your thoughts are on it, because it's, I don't know. I've never been able to like really put my finger on why I don't love it. And Hug in a Mug is next. This is a great chocolate fragrance. For those of you who like chocolate fragrances for your home fragrance, it smells like hot cocoa. That's exactly what it smells like. Scentsy says, curl up with chocolate, hazelnut, and cookie dough. Yeah, I want to eat it. That's what that comes down to. Hug in a Mug. Next is Mocha Doodle. Now this is more of my jam for a coffee fragrance, and this is another really, really strong performer. It smells like a mocha. It's so good. I love this one, and like I said, it smells, so you get that coffee, but you get that chocolate note in there as well. It's a super great performer. So Scentsy says, delicious roasted coffee beans and cocoa balanced with sugar, caramel, and heavy cream. I love this one. I like this one. It never gets old, but this is one of those kind of like sweet pea and vanilla for me, where like I know I always love it. In fact, and I know I have a bar of it on hand that I know that I can readily reach for. It tends to just fly under the radar just a little bit for me, but now that I'm sniffing this out, I feel like that might wind up in my warmers here pretty soon. Next is Pumpkin Roll. This one was always a favorite for me for the longest time, up until Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. This smells like Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl minus the vanilla note. So this is just pumpkin meets a Cinnabon. It is so good. It's pumpkin, it's cinnamon, but it's a bakery cinnamon. So it's sweet and warm and comforting, and pumpkin. And who doesn't love pumpkin during the fall? So love this in so many ways. Scentsy says, creamy pumpkin pie filling surrounded with yellow cake, pecans, butter, and spice. It's so good. Oh yeah. Ugh, goodness. What to warm first? I don't know. Next is Stroop Waffle Delight, which is a new release. So we did talk about it in the new releases. This one, so good. Okay, and next is Sugar Cookie. Let me tell you about Stroop Waffle Delight. A cozy twist on a traditional Dutch treat made with creamy vanilla, rich melted butter, and cinnamon. It's really good, you guys. And next is Sugar Cookie. This is a staple in my house. If you like to mix fragrances and give certain fragrances more of a bakery note to it, this is going to be a really, really great staple in your house. It just smells like a sugar cookie. That's all. That's it. Just a sugar cookie. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's amazing by itself, but it's amazing as a mixer as well. Love this. And last but most certainly not least is a bestseller, Vanilla Bean Buttercream. Oh, let me tell you, Sugar Cookie. I feel a little bit like scattered today. Sugar Cookie. Scentsy says warm, sweet blend of butter, sugar, and creamy vanilla. It's a perfect, simple sugar cookie. And last but not least is vanilla bean buttercream. And this is different from sugar cookie. So sugar cookie smells like the actual sugar cookie. Vanilla bean buttercream is more of a rich vanilla buttercream, obviously, but it's that more like rich vanilla fragrance, whereas sugar cookie is more that like fluffy cookie kind of fragrance. This is a little richer, if that makes sense. Scentsy says, decadent buttercream frosting made with the freshest butter, whipped with cane sugar and vanilla extract. I just want to lick it. It's so good. So, so good. So that rounds up the bakery collection of the brand new fall catalog that launches September 1st. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. I'm so ready. So let me know what you are excited to see come back, what you are excited to try out, what some of your favorites are. I would love to hear from you. Our next video, we will be talking about the fruity collection. So definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye guys.